What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Louis P. I just wanted to do this because this is something that, as a wrestling fan, I always just have these conversations about, what's going on, and we always do like our little mock pay-per-views. So with WrestleMania coming up, I just have I like to do what I like to call Louis Mania, where it's just like if I was running things, if I was booking, this would be my card. And this is not what I think is going to be the card. It's just based on where we're at right now. What's today's date? The 22nd. On the 22nd, before the Royal Rumble even happens, so I don't know who's winning it, but how I would book WrestleMania based upon where we're at now. And so I'm gonna just jump right into it. I don't want to be too long of a video. So I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. So check this out. On the pre-show, we're gonna open up with a tag team unification bout. We're gonna have the Raw champs against the SmackDown champs. Because in my opinion, tag champs on two shows is too much. Not enough tag teams. So we're going to unify them and make one tag team that can jump from brand to brand. Also on the pre-show, we're going to have a women's #1 contenders battle royal. What this will do is it'll get a lot of people on the card in a way that you're competing for something. So the winner of this battle royal gets a shot at the champion of their brand at the next pay-per-view. So there's something on the line here. I feel like it adds a little spice to the pot. And on the main card, we're gonna open up the night with Brock Lesnar going one-on-one with the almighty Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. How do we get here? Simple. Brock Lesnar comes on Raw, cuts his typical Paul Heyman promo. Brock Lesnar is back and he wants a challenge. And because Drew McIntyre is currently the champion and Brock wants to overcome blah, 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 they get interrupted by the Hurt Business. MVP comes out, cuts a promo on Brock. Brock, you're looking for a challenge. You've been ducking my man for years. And he wants to smoke in and outside the ring. I got a challenge for you. Boom. Set it up right there. Brock Lesnar looks at him. Okay, you think, put the United States title on the line? Boom, boom. We're off to the races. We're elevating the U.S. title because this match is super important. It's a fresh matchup we have not seen yet. And in my opinion, it helps elevate your current guy in Bobby Lashley, especially if he goes over on Brock Lesnar. Just my opinion. Next, we're going to have a Raw Women's Fatal 4-Way. Asuka is going to defend her Women's Championship against Nia Jax, against Shayna Baszler, and we have to have Charlotte Flair in the title match because that's what Vince wants. And Charlotte Flair in a Fatal 4-Way match. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue the storytelling that we're already, currently doing, but we're also going to do something that I think should be done, and that's break Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler apart, because I don't feel Shayna Baszler should be tied down to this tag team thing. So Shayna Baszler is going to go over in this match. Shayna Baszler is going to choke out Nia Jax and win the match. This way, Asuka gets protected, Charlotte Flair gets protected, and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, they now have their conflict, but they're split apart. And Shayna Baszler is booked where she should be booked, at the top, in my personal opinion. And then you can do some interesting things. You can give Shayna Baszler Asuka at the next pay-per-view or whatever. Next, we're going to have Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one against Daniel Bryan in what is going to undoubtedly be a classic. But basically the storytelling, what we're going to do this here going into this is we're going to have Daniel Bryan come oh so close to winning the Royal Rumble. But he can't quite get it done. So he's on this downward spiral, this losing streak. And him and Shinsuke Nakamura get to talking backstage in a promo. Nakamura says in not so many words, you're not the guy you used to be. Da-da-da-da. And Daniel Bryan wants to prove that he is that guy. He still has that in him. He still has that dog in him. So they're going to have that bout that they should have had a while ago. But I think that'll be a good Mania match. Also, next up, Intercontinental Ladder Match. Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn versus Big E versus Apollo versus Cesaro and Kevin Owens. I think it would be a great ladder match. Obviously, the story is there with Big E, Apollo, and Zayn, so that makes sense. Kevin Owens, after failing to defeat Roman Reigns on 3 different occasions, gets knocked down a few pegs, but he wants to climb his way back up the ladder. And what better way by literally climbing the ladder and winning the Intercontinental Championship? Jey Uso wants to prove that he could bring something to the table. You know, he wants to do it for his Uso, you know what I'm saying? Bring some of that gold home, so he's in the match. So I feel like that would be a good way to incorporate some existing storylines, and Jey Uso and Kevin Owens have heat as well. But I think that would be a good way to incorporate some existing storylines, and it would be a good match. And it would be a match that realistically any of these guys can win, which I feel like is a good element for a great match, not knowing who will win, or that feeling like anyone can win it. Next up, we have Randy Orton one-on-one against The Fiend. From where we are right now, Randy Orton lit The Fiend on fire. I don't think I have to explain why this match would make sense to have at Mania. I mean, I think that's where we're leading. So, yeah, Randy Orton versus The Fiend. Next up, Drew McIntyre is going to defend the WWE Championship against John Cena. How did we get here? Simple. John Cena returns to Raw. John Cena confronts Drew McIntyre. John Cena speaks about how he's given so much to the business and he's done all he could, and he loves where the business is heading. But with respect, he would like one last shot at one last record against the man that holds the title, Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre, after defeating Goldberg in my lineup, I don't know if he actually did, again, this is before that match, but after defeating Goldberg, Drew McIntyre says, "I took out one legend, why not take out another? You're on at WrestleMania." Boom. Drew McIntyre versus John Cena gives you a high-profile match. John Cena gets used to help continue to further elevate a current guy, and Drew McIntyre, obviously, I would probably have Drew McIntyre go over here. I don't think it would make sense for Cena to win, but the storyline of Cena chasing that record, Cena chasing that belt, would be something that I feel fans could get invested in, the possibility that he could possibly win. Next up, we did it with the women's, so we're gonna have a men's battle royal for the and it's going to be the number one contendership for their brand, dual brands. And again, we get a lot of guys on the card in a way that could benefit them, and we have a lot of guys in this battle royal like your Matt Riddles, your Keith Lees, your Braun Strowmans, guys that I feel like should be utilized better than they're being used. But it's also something where any one of these guys could win. And the guy who does win, it elevates them and it puts them all on the card at WrestleMania in a meaningful match that I feel fans could sink their teeth into. You know, your AJ Styles, that type of match. So I feel that would be a good match. And if I was gonna book a winner, I would like to book the returning Aleister Black to win that battle royal. Just my opinion. Next up, we have, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks going one-on-one against the winner of the 2021 Royal Rumble, Bianca Belair, in what I think would be a fantastic babyface versus babyface match. And I feel like you can go two ways. You can give Sasha her WrestleMania moment that she's yet to have, holding the belt high, or you can give Bianca Belair that WrestleMania moment and possibly have a nice, handshake heel turn special for Sasha Banks, and possibly even work an injury angle into this where Bianca Belair gets beat up so bad she has to possibly forfeit the title and keep that story going. Or you can just turn Sasha heel, keep that story going, or you can keep them both face and keep that story going. But either way, I feel Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks would be a fantastic match. I definitely feel Bianca Belair should win the Royal Rumble. And in the main event of Louis Mania, we have none other than the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, defending the WWE Universal Championship against Edge. Now, how did we get here? Simple. Edge wins the 2021 Royal Rumble. Edge grabs the microphone. Edge, who do you want? Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns? Edge cuts a promo. You know, I've been in this business for so long, and if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a guy who carries himself in a way where he thinks he's better than the business. He thinks he's bigger than the business. He's a bully. He thinks he's better than everyone in the locker room. Well, you know what? Roman Reigns, Mr. Head of the Table, I'm coming to knock you down a few pegs. Da-da-da-da-da. The story writes itself. It's another fresh matchup we've never seen, and it's a way that, in my opinion, you could go either way. It's believable that Edge could beat Roman, and it's believable that Roman could beat Edge. So I feel like it would have the element of a lot of what Roman Reigns matches at WrestleMania specifically tend to lack, which is that element of you, the audience, feeling either guy could win. A lot of Roman's matches, we knew Triple H wasn't going to win. We knew The Undertaker wasn't going to win. With Brock Lesnar, there's that element that can go either way, which is why his match at WrestleMania 31 was his best one. The element of surprise. We didn't expect the cash in. So it gave you a better feeling. And that's what I feel Roman versus Edge would do. Now, again, you know, just preference. I'm recording this before the Royal Rumble. So I don't know who's winning the Royal Rumble. I assume it's probably going to be Daniel Bryan. But again, this is just my personal opinion of, I think, some cool matches we'd have. We've never seen Brock and Bobby. We've never seen Reigns and Edge. We've never seen McIntyre and Cena. It's a way to get some legends on the card, and it's a way to mix them in with the current talent, and it also can help elevate not only the titles, but it can help elevate the current talent, and it can give us fresh matchups. So I feel like it's good utilization of the legends. It furthers the story. It furthers storylines, and I feel like it would be a damn good card, a damn good WrestleMania. And yeah, so that's LouiepMania 2021. You guys let me know below what you think. If you do anything different, you know, if you agree with my list. Matter of fact, tell me this. If you like my list, then below in the comments, tell me who you think would win each match, or who you would rather have win each match. And if you don't like my list, put your own list and tell me what you think WrestleMania should be. So yeah, if you guys like this video and you want me to do more wrestling content, again, I'm a big wrestling fan, so I will do more wrestling content. If you want me to do more wrestling content, you let me know. Be sure to hit that like and hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you later.